Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you are returning, also hit that subscribe button because I've noticed that a lot of you guys are watching my videos but are not subscribed. So hit that red button. If you scroll down to the right hand side, it's going to be in red letters, subscribe. Hit that button. But today is going to be part 2 of my dining room table makeover. I'm going to be doing the chairs today. If you have not seen part 1, it was on the tabletops, so please stay tuned and I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, hit that like button. Now let's get into it. We are going to start off by removing the seats so that we can go ahead and get these chairs cleaned. As I was taking the seat off this chair, I did realize that the legs were pretty loose, so I just tightened up the legs on this chair and then went back to the other 3 and did the same as well. The chairs were pretty dirty behind the seats, so I just pulled out my vacuum and just got up all of the food crumbs from behind them. When I was done with that, I just took my simple green and wiped all the dirt and grime off of the chairs. So after several hours of letting the chairs dry, after I cleaned them thoroughly, I started to paint. And there you see my painting supervisor right there watching me, making sure I'm doing what I need to do. But I'm using the same paint that I used for the table, which was the Rustoleum chalk paint in linen white. Now with the chairs, I didn't use a primer either. I did use the Rustoleum chalk paint again, so this paint claims that you don't need to prime or pretty much prep or sand down the piece in any way. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, with the chairs I was a bit lazy, so I will let you guys know how this held up because I didn't do any sanding on the chairs. I just went and cleaned it up and just went straight with the paint. So the paint did adhere and I had absolutely no problems, so I will keep you guys updated and let you guys know how well the paint holds up in time. I'm using the same round Zibra brush that I use for the table for the chairs, and I'm also using a small little spray bottle. I believe I got this from like a travel set that I purchased from Target, I believe. I can't remember. But as always, I'm gonna leave everything that I use linked down in the description box down below, so if you're interested in any of these products, you can go ahead and find them down there. Because I didn't use a primer, I did have to do about 4 coats on the chairs. Now the coats that I did were very thin, and I did water them down with the spray bottle just to thin it out so that I can get a nice smooth coverage that is streak free. After I was done painting the first coat, I just didn't like the way that the paint was settling in these cracks, so I decided to just cover them up, and then also some cracks that I didn't notice before I started painting. After that was dry, I just went over everything with the 320 grit sandpaper to smooth it out. After that, I took my microfiber rag and wiped off all the sanding dust, and then started coat number 2. This part here was so tedious. I had to remove the staples from underneath the chair, and the dust cover was just so worn out. It was literally turning into dust. Every time you touched it, it just turned into just black dust everywhere. So once I realized like this was just not gonna work, I took it back to the living room and just vacuumed it up. To be completely transparent, I was just so over this part. If the chair wasn't made the way that it was, I think I would have just left the cover on and just wrapped over it with a new fabric and just stapled it. But the way that the chair is made, it does have the chair elastic on the bottom and then the opening with the cushion. So I did have to go in and take everything out because the elastic that was currently on there needed to be fixed because it was very loose. So yes, this part was very tedious because I did have to go over the first layer, which was the piping, and then the second layer, which was what was covering the cushion. Okay, so finally I was able to take everything off, and this is what it looks like without the cushion. So what I did, I actually just reused the elastic that was on the bottom of the chair. I did purchase some, but the state of the wood, I was a little scared of trying to remove it. I just felt as if the wood was going to crack, so I didn't want to chance it and just ruin the bottom piece of the seat. So what I did was I just pulled the elastic very taut and then just re-stapled it to the bottom of the wood piece. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I suggest you should. So I did do a poll on there on this project. I asked you guys what fabric you think will look best for it. You guys did say this fabric that is actually underneath this wood piece here. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough fabric for it. It was, I believe I found, it was a throw. I believe I found it at Five Below, where I used to live, and I wasn't trying to go back and go crazy and look for more of it. So I just decided to use a different fabric, and I actually think that it looks better this way. Alright y'all, so don't judge me. So I took an old curtain, yes, an old curtain, and that's what I used for my fabric. I had enough for it. It was the perfect color and it worked. Okay, so I'm here ironing it, just getting all the wrinkles out, and I'm getting it ready for my chairs. The chairs are now dry. It took me about 3 coats to get it the way that I wanted it, and now I'm just adding the top coat. I'm using the same matte Rustoleum top coat that I used for the table, for the chairs, and I am going to do this, and then once I'm waiting for this to dry, I'm going to work on upholstering the cushions. So for the chairs, I only did 1 coat of the top coat. I didn't think that it really needed more than that, since it's not going to get any wear and tear as the table is. The table, I believe I did 2 coats on the legs and 3 coats on the top. I can't remember. It's been so long. I'm so sorry, but I believe I lost the footage of me reupholstering the cushion with the new fabric. I do apologize on that, but I do have other videos of my chair makeovers where I do show you how to do that. But I did get my chair in, and I am now just screwing them back in using the brackets that were originally on there. I also added some felt furniture pads to the bottom of the chairs before I started working on them, and it just helped elevate them a bit more, so I was able to paint the bottoms better. I will leave a link to the felt pads down below in the description box, as well as everything else that I use for this project. So this is what it looked like. I didn't use or purchase any new dust covers for the chair, but hey, if you're looking under my seats when you come over to my house, shame on you, okay? Shame on you. Stop being nosy. Okay, so now let's take a moment to remember what these chairs look like before. And this is what they look like now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the makeover. I think Levi does as well. If you guys did make it this far, I appreciate you guys oh so much. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for future videos, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.